Hey everybody, I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. So, anyway, what I'd like to do is back there a little while ago, I had my 300 subscribers contest where I asked people to name three female artists, show three of them, female artists or female led bands. And I was getting a lot of, cool suggestions and stuff. Some of my favorites like Blondie and Pat Benatar, Linda Ronstadt, a bunch of people like that. But I also started getting a lot of artists that I wasn't that familiar with or maybe didn't know at all. And so I started picking some of these suggestions and listening to a few of them and bought some. And that's just a little bit what I wanted to talk about. Now, obviously, I couldn't get to everybody's suggestions. I don't have that much money or time, but I am trying to slowly make my way through some of these. So if I don't name one that you suggested, please don't be offended by that in any way, shape, or form. I just kind of started picking some, and I'm going to name some. But first, I want to make sure everybody has went out and tried the new Lady Gaga Oreos. They're delicious. Okay, first off, one of the first ones I got was recommended to me, I believe, by Stevie's Vinyl and Guz69, and I feel like some other people. And if I show an album that you had also suggested and I forget to name you, I apologize. There wasn't a lot of it. But this is Rock Goddess, and I bought the anthology CD so I could get a good mixture of it. This is a trio with a pair of sisters that are the leaders of the band, and this is pretty good. It's just fun. It's very simplistic in a way. At times it almost reminds me of a little bit heavier version of the Runaways or something like that. But I enjoy it. I like that. Next up, now this one's a little out of my comfort zone in a way, and it is the Indigo Girls. Of course, Kate over there at Kate's Crates is super into the Indigo Girls. So I went out and got this. It is called Swamp Ophelia. And I'll be honest, the first time through, I didn't really think much of it. But, like anything, I'm trying to give it more of a chance. And when I was listening to it again, I will say tracks 6 and 7 stuck out to me as being pretty good. And I think it was If I Fall and the Wood Song. I like those. Those were kind of different. So I'm still listening to this, still getting myself accustomed to it. Like I said, it's a little different for me. But one of the other things that was suggested by her, and I believe maybe Brian at Brain Twang, was Brandi Carlile, which I don't have anything of hers except then I remembered that I have this, The Highwomen, which she is part of. And I'll be honest, I hadn't listened to this CD for quite a while, and I got it back out, and I like it. I like it quite a bit. So that was a good suggestion. And Josh over at the flip side, he gave me a few suggestions, but one of the ones that he did was somebody he had already suggested before, but he mentioned a different song, and that is Lana Del Rey. And the song that he mentioned was Paradise. Not Paradise. That's the name of the album. The American. So I went ahead and got this album because I knew I'd like the other one that I got. So I went and got this, and I do love that song, American. That's pretty cool. And I like this album. I'm still listening to it. I haven't really had a chance to listen to it a lot, but I like it. I like Lana Del Rey now, or Lana Del Rey, whatever. I'm kind of into that. Next up, I had a few people recommend this, so I'm not sure all who did, but Girl School. Of course, I've heard of Girl School in the past, but I don't know if I ever had anything by them back in the day. It opens up. It's pretty cool. But this is pretty neat too. I like this. I got to show you this vinyl really quick there. Look at that. Kind of reminds you of a push-up. But, you know, I didn't realize how much Girls' School is more rock and roll, you know, just than they are, like, say, heavy metal. I always thought that they were heavier than this. Not that they're not heavy, but a lot of it's just, you know, just old rock and roll kind of thing. And it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm getting into this too. So that's another. I like all these. They're all pretty cool choices here. Another one was somebody I'd never heard of. Chris Profi had suggested this. This was an artist that he really liked. Janice Ian, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. She started out in the 70s, and she did have a song. I looked it up that I knew that's not on this particular album. There's the back of it. I got this copy. I found a used copy of it. It is pretty good shape. I'm still cleaning it. I wish it was in a little bit better shape because a lot of this is pretty mellow music. And so, you know, when I'm listening to it and I start hearing the pops and stuff, it's kind of gets on my nerves. But it's not that bad. That's only in certain points of the record. And I don't know how to describe this except it's kind of like a 70s version of like Jewel. I know Jewel, she came before Jewel, obviously, so you can't really say that, but I'm just, you know, comparing styles. I actually kind of like this. You know, I like this kind of mellow stuff from the 70s, and some of it is just her singing with like just a guitar, and other times she's got a full band with her. Of course, you know, it's kind of got that 70s slightly R&B jazzy kind of style when the band plays. But you know, when I'm in a mood for this, yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, I'm into some of that 70s more mellow stuff, and I really like her voice. She's got one of those very emotional type voices, you know, very not melancholy in the way that Lana Del Rey is, but it's still a melancholy kind of voice. So I like that. And probably out of these so far, which is the one that's been my favorite, was Diamonds, D-I-E. This is a band, I think they're out of Canada. But this is really good. This is like one of those ones that it's really easily accessible. I really liked it right away. It's hard rock. It's on the verge of metal at times. There's a few songs I think that have a little bit of a punk element kind of to it. I like her voice, and the band is good. It's just good, catchy, simple, heavy rock. And I like heavy rock, like with a female singer who can sing. I really like this band. I'm definitely going to get. I think Aaron said that they have 3 albums, so I will be getting the other stuff, hopefully on vinyl. I got this on CD because I wasn't sure. I wish I would have got it on vinyl now, but that's okay. I can play this in my car that way. But I like that. Aaron Metha Alamir suggested this. He really likes this band, so he was so high on it that I thought I gotta try that. And just so you know, Aaron, if you're watching this, when this band comes to the Token Lounge outside of Detroit there, Jeff Witcher and I will probably go see it. We'll go see them, and we'll send you some pictures, maybe some video or something of us watching the show, drinking a few beers. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody for some of these suggestions, and I just want to give a little feedback on it. Everybody seemed to like the whole contest, the idea of female power and all that stuff, and you know, I've always liked the women's perspective in music and rock and roll, or just all music in general. So I really thank everybody for the suggestions, and I'm still digging into it. I will still be getting more of those. So until the next time, I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. You can always find us on Twitter and Facebook, and will see you down the road.